Hello, my name is Kay and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of House Flipper. So last time we did a couple jobs. You can look at our archive here. We cleaned the garage, we set up the radiators, and we pulled some weeds. And today we're going to do this gardening assignment. And if we can get to these assignments, we will. A bit of gravel and a couple of bushes. Hello, I work at home in my dentist's office. I can deal with all kinds of teeth cavities, but not with the holes and weeds in my garden. Please lay some gravel on the front part of my yard to get rid of these. Also, could you plant something on there to make it look better? Kindest regards, Evelyn Hawes. Evelyn Hawes. 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 All right, we're going to accept it. Planting is now available. From now on, you are able to design a garden. Look for plants in garden category in the shop. Okay. Oh, I've unlocked the garden hose. Congratulations. You've unlocked a new tool. By using the garden hose, you'll be able to water plants, fill containers with water, and wash off dirt on the outside of houses. Okay, so the way these jobs are set up is a little bit different because we cannot even go into the house because we're doing garden things. So if you look at the mini map, I will zoom it out a little bit, you'll see that there's zones. 1, 2, 4, and I assume there's a 3 over here somewhere too. Oh, I might be in 3. Yes, I was in 3. Okay. But there are different tasks for each zone, which will show up on the screen, but we can also look at our tasks here. So we need to scatter this gravel. You can do round or square. I prefer square for these jobs. You can change the size. It really doesn't matter. You can change the color. Again, because the assignment isn't specific, we can just use this and it's fine. And our zone here goes up to the highlighted area. So this doesn't have to look perfect. It does not have to look pretty. We just have to cover this area and then pull out the weeds. Now, I personally like to put the gravel down first in these situations because it exposes all the weeds. So you can see the weeds very easily now. Okay, so we placed the gravel. We're going to weed this little area here. Doesn't matter if it's not full coverage with the gravel, like I missed a spot right here, and it's okay because it still counts as 100% done. So I'm not going to go back and worry about that. And now we have to place plants. So they want one coniferous shrub. Here we go. Now there's all kind of different ones we can choose from like $7 to $140. So we're going to go with the cheapest. There is no benefit to planting more expensive ones. So we have to dig a hole. And the digging is very slow in the beginning, which is why I already unlocked a perk for the digging. So we then put the plant in, highlight over it, which can be a little fiddly. You cover it with soil. And then you water the plant. And that's done. This area is done. So we're going to move to the one right behind us. And the same thing where we remove weeds, scatter gravel, and place plants. So we're going to scrabble the gravel. Scatter the gravel first. Oh, I would prefer to have square, not round. Let's fix that. Square. And here is where we need to start. It's okay if you bleed out into the other areas most of the time, unless like the area right next to it wants a different kind of gravel, then you have to be a little more careful. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so all the gravel is scattered for this area, so we are pulling up the weeds. This first task is very simple, this assignment. Get this done in a jiffy. Place plants, another coniferous shrub, and we'll just plant the same one because I'm stingy. So once again, dig, 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 dig. That's a lot of digging for such a small plant, my goodness. And then we water. So 2 more. Same thing. Gravelly time. This is single colored gravel. Get along the edge here. Oh, a little bit more. There we go. Time to remove the weeds. And it doesn't matter what order you do this in. I mean, if you wanted to, you could plant the coniferous shrub first if you really wanted to. I just find it easiest to do it this way. Put in the plant, dig, 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 dig. And this all is going to count towards our gardening skill. So there you go. Oh, there's one more section left. Once again, scattering the gravel. And this is how I can understand why some people would find this kind of tedious. But, you know, for a small job like this, I don't mind so much. Not too bad. Alright. Alright, time to remove the weeds. There aren't many here. And you can also follow along at the top of the screen on the right on the mini-map. Boop, one left. There we go. Gotta plant our last shrub and we'll be done. Now, we'll never see this yard again. This isn't like you'll be able to buy a house with this specific garden or anything. And that's okay, this is just a one-off. That's how many of the houses are in this pack for the garden DLC. But we are done. You've completed 100% of the job. We can complete it for $1,851.21. That's not too bad. And here's the before and afters. Not too much to see. But, you know, it's nice they include it. All right, now since we completed enough of these job assignments, we have another perk to unlock. You can do price negotiation, opening to negotiate the price once we buy a property. Quick jobs, you need less requirements, which meaning you can finish the job without having to do as much. But we are going straight for higher payments. We get 25% extra payment for the job. Upgrade. All right, let's do another assignment. Oh, we have new ones. We already had amaranth walls, baby on the way. You need to remove the bushes. Okay, that's a new gardening one. Additional walls and walls to knock down. Ooh, so we'll get to be doing some demolition. We have not acquired the painting skill yet, and that's really important. So we're going to take on amaranth walls from Amanda. Bonjour, smiley face. I want my house to look a bit more arty. Can you please paint some of the walls in the living room amaranth? The remaining walls should look stunning in gray. Oh, I almost forgot. Can you please replace the broken electrical socket? Merci. Amanda Johnson. Smiley face. You received a paint roller. Congratulations, you have unlocked a new tool. From now on, you'll be able to paint walls with a paint roller. All you have to do is use the tablet to buy paint. All right. Now, we only have 2 rooms to work on. The bedroom, we have to repair an electrical socket. In the living room with kitchenette, we have to paint with the colors Amaranth Adventure and Gray. Now, you actually only have to use one of these colors. You don't have to buy both. So pro tip there, if you're stingy like me and would really rather just save the money, we might just use one paint color. Also, the electrical socket is right around here. Oh, all right, here it is. So we're going to assemble it. I think this is our first time assembling an electrical socket. So we unscrew, we take off the old one, we plug in the new one. Just gonna put all those wires in there. And I'm actually going to kind of hover over so I can get the next screw going. There we go. Push it into the wall, re-screw it in there, re-screw it in here, put the plate on, and attach it. How easy was that? And that's going to count towards our handyman skill. We love building our skills. So here is our paint. We have 3 sizes of paint to choose from: small, medium, or large. For this job, I would probably say medium should cover it. And whatever we don't use, we can sell. I don't know who's buying already opened paint, but somebody is. Aha, paint roller. I'm actually going to jump up here, make it a little bit easier. Now early on, it's very easy to waste paint because it is hard to tell if you've already completely painted the wall or not. So there is a perk for that, of course, and that is the first perk I will be unlocking because it is very easy to waste paint. And wasting paint means wasting money, and I don't want to waste money or paint. I do wish that you could keep the paint that you don't use. Let's see what this wall is. Here it is. Like save it for another job, because I think that's somewhat realistic. I mean, we painted our house, not the outside, but the inside of our house several years ago, and we still have the unused paint in the basement for touch-ups. Alright, I'm going to move this paint can because it's kind of in the way. There we go. For some of the bigger jobs, and even for some of the houses where we have to paint, I will more than likely be editing out some of the painting, because I'm not sure how interesting that would actually be for anybody to watch. And you can always let me know if you'd like to see the paint process from start to finish. I cannot wait. There we go. I was going to say, I cannot wait to get a new skill point. Here we go. This is one of the most important ones we're going to need. Basic painting. You won't waste paint on an already painted wall. That is the one that we want. Instant painting, 25% faster painting is very useful. Paint more. Paint 2 walls at the same time is great. This paint 4 walls at the same time is epic. So is 75% faster painting. But this one is the most important, because right now I can't tell which walls have already been painted and which ones have not. So I'm going to roll my paint roller, just slide it on down, make sure that all of these are completely painted, not partially painted, because that can happen. All right, looks like we're good. Yes, and it stops you once you're there. So this is great. It doesn't matter if you paint the insides of the windows, like here, here, or this little spot here. You can paint them if you want, but it does not count toward the percentage of the room being painted. Like right now, we are at 33% painted. And if we paint those insides, it's just going to waste paint. It's not going to change the progress. Sorry, I lost my voice there a little bit. It doesn't matter if you paint the inside of those windows, because it will not move along the progress for painting the room. That's what I've been trying to say, and I just could not get it out. And my voice is a little bit froggy today. It is fall here, and my allergies are in full force. Now, when I was talking about a wall not being fully painted, this is what I mean. You can see the difference in color, especially with the flashlight. As you start to run out of paint on your roller, you'll get like some half-painted walls, and there's nothing more frustrating than thinking that you've painted the whole room and then having to go back and check on each panel to make sure that it actually is painted and trying to find the one that you missed. And yes, you can stand on furniture. There is scaffolding. There are ladders you can purchase for very high ceilings and areas where you wouldn't be able to get to normally, especially if you're putting paneling or painting the exterior of a house. It's pretty much necessary. And since our painting skill is very low, and we do not have the paint conservation, shall I say, perk yet, we are flying through this can of paint. Oh yeah, it's empty. I'm gonna have to buy another one. Now, once our skills are maximized, ooh, new perk after 32 painted walls. That's good to know. Once our skill is maximized and we are using less paint, we could easily get away with maybe even a small paint can for this room, but medium is probably the best way to go. We are wrapping it up here. Not much left. You can also stand on the paint can. Sometimes it's a little fiddly trying to line yourself up on it, but it does make painting these higher walls a bit easier. But as this episode is going to be mostly this painting, I figured it'd be a good time to show it off. And this means that we can now paint the inside of our little office. I don't want to sell that office quite yet, even though we're getting very close to being able to afford that little $35,000 house. I want to unlock tiling first because I don't want to sell a house with a painted bathroom. All right, we are 92% complete painting these walls. We are almost there. And like I said, we don't have to even buy the other color of paint. I could have bought it when we ran out of this first can, but it was like midway through a wall, and I didn't really want it. New skill point for painting. Oh, which one to choose? 20% less paint usage. That doesn't really bother me. I can always buy more paint. Paint's not very expensive. 25% faster painting is useful. Paint 2 walls at the same time is where I'm going, though. New perk after 225 painted walls, and that will fly by. Look at that, 2 at once. All right, we cannot keep this. We have to sell it, but we'll get $7.74 back. So all we have left to do is fix, is it over here? Yes, fix this wall outlet. Boop. And it's the same as before. Unscrew, unscrew. Yep, replace, hook up the wires, and there we go. Go with this, screw this in, up against the wall, and attach. Alright, all tasks completed. And I didn't mention this before, but I now have the selling gun. Now, once again, objects outlined in red we cannot move, we cannot sell, we cannot do anything with. But if it is outlined in blue, we can sell it and get money for it, and if it's outlined in white, it will just dispose of it. So here is another job complete. Here we go, we're making some more money now. You've completed 100% of the job. You may now complete the job for $1,402.49. Are you sure you want to complete the job? Yes. And here's the before and after. Can't really see that the outlet was fixed, but that's that. Just about ready to wrap it up here, but I'm gonna see if we have any new assignments. Oh yes, we do. Paint baby on the way, which I believe is painting, adding walls, removing walls, and a student's house to clean up, which is a pretty big job. That would probably be a full episode. But I think that's it for today. Please leave your comments and suggestions down below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you'll be notified when a new video comes out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.